In this tutorial, we'll talk about multi-functions. So you can use your mouse and your keyboard to do multi-selections and resize and align and drag items, making the Designer Studio easier to use. So let's jump into the Designer Studio and show you how you can take advantage of multi-functions. So starting with screen types, if you select the screen division, you can see these object handles that you can drag and reposition and change the size of each screen division. Now when you're dealing with a lot of screen divisions, it can be hard to manage, so let's go ahead and create a few more screen divisions. And the first tool that we're going to talk about is going to be the multi-selection. So if I hold down the control key and start dragging and dropping the mouse while holding the mouse button down, I can use this multi-selection rectangular to select all the objects. Now once they're all selected, I can use the mouse and simply drag and drop them and move them at the same time. You can also select one object handle and resize it, and since all the other screen divisions are selected, it's going to resize all of them proportionally. Now, if for example you wanted to just select two objects, you simply again hold down the control key and with the mouse button down, you can just select two items. So you don't necessarily have to select all the objects. And you can use the same technique also in the scenes. So let's switch now to the scene editor. So here in this scene right now, I have a total of 4 objects, and I can go ahead and select each object individually, or again I can select all objects. Now keep in mind that over here I don't necessarily have to hold on the control key, because if I select the background of the scene, I simply can just select it and again drag and drop and resize all the objects just like before. So here we're looking at another scene, and this scene actually has an embedded scene for its background. So you see that if I try and do multi-selection, I can't, because I'm actually selecting the scene, this object below everything else, so I can't really get to the background. So if you wanted to create a multi-selection in such a scenario, again, just like before, hold on the control key and you'll be able to create a rectangular selection. Another quick way to do multi-selection is, instead of using the multi-drag rectangular box, you can hold down the control key and again just with your mouse click on the objects, and that will also give you the same effect. Next, let's go ahead and talk about the multi-selection alignment tools. So again, if I hold down the control key and do multiple selections, you can see that I have all these tools available here from the toolbar. And I can use these buttons right here to do multi-resize and multi-alignment. Now notice that all my screen divisions have black object handles, except this screen division that has transparent object handles. This means that this object right here would be the primary, or the object that everybody's going to align to or resize to. And you can change the primary selection, again simply by holding down the control key and clicking twice on any object. So for instance, if I select this button right here, it will change all the non-primary objects' width to be the same width of the primary object. So let's go ahead and click on it, and you can see that these 3 objects change their width. If I select this button, all 3 objects will change their height again to match the primary selection. This button will actually do both width and height, and the rest are alignment tools. So for example, if I want all the 3 objects to align to the left side of the primary object, I can select this button right over here. So again, just to demo the functionality of this, we'll go ahead and just change the objects so they have different widths and heights and are not aligned. Select all of them. I'll select this one as my primary and set all of them to be exactly the same width and height. Now what's great about these tools is that you can use them anywhere, including the scenes and the timelines. So if we switch over here back to the scene editor and again select 2 objects and set the same width and height just like before, these buttons work just fine in the scene editor. And again, the same thing goes for the timelines. So in the timelines, you can simply select multiple objects just like before by holding down the control key. And right now this guy is the primary selector. If I want everybody to align to his left side, I'll click on again this icon and everything is aligned. If I want all the objects to be the same size, again make sure that this is the primary, and we'll go ahead and make a little bit more room here, and I'll click on this button right here to make sure their width or their length is actually identical. And so these tools come very handy when you're working with a lot of different objects. Next, we'll show you how to do multi-drag and drop of resources to the timeline. So go to the Resources tab, hold down the Control key just like before, and select multiple resources. So we went ahead and selected all the resources except promo 4 since it's not selected. Then hold down the mouse button and drag and drop the resources to the channel. So they drop just fine. And one more thing I wanted to show you is that you can still hold on the Control key, select resources that are on different channels, and again move them all at the same time as you would expect with multi-selection. If you wanted to delete all the selected resources, for example, again select the resources you want, right click on any one of them and click on delete. So I hope now you understand some of the shortcuts you can do within the Sonnet Studio. I thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, be sure to speak to our support team.